My take on the Adam Peaty 50-meter breaststroke time of 27.16 seconds from 4 March 2022. I saw it from my own eyeballs from afar at approximately that time. So I am filming this a little bit later, over 2 years later, on Tuesday 16 April, sorry, not March, 2024. I'm not going to go back and redo this. Self-discipline, okay. I am Tanis Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. I'm talking through the Adam Peaty of Great Britain 50-meter breaststroke race at the 2022 Fédération Française de Natation Golden Tour stop in Marseille, France. Time of 27.16 seconds in the final on Friday, 4 March 2022. With his time, he achieved first place. I provide my take / perspective on his performance and contextualize it in terms of getting competition experience in France and mainland Europe more generally. So this is one that actually got me thinking about that a little bit, because I had a swimmer in the race that I was following, Simone Sarasuolo of Italy, and I was thinking, he has to travel Adam Peaty, right? So first off, it was I thought it was a solid performance. I was frustrated because Simone Sarasuolo did not win. I was like, oh, come on, dude. I think he got third in this one. So, but I was still happy. But I was like, dang, there goes Adam Peaty. And he was very well built in this performance, and he is, I would say, if there's a golden man standard for like meaty thighs. Right, who have I highlighted for that before? Nicolo Martinenghi and Adam Peaty. There's just some men that just really have fabulous thighs, and Adam Peaty is one of those men. And this is one of those competitions where just his overall, just he's a hunk, just really shown. Okay, he was a golden hunk at this Golden Tour stop in Marseille, France. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And so I was thinking, that's a traveling. So I commend the men from the island for competing on the mainland. Right. So I lived in Honolulu for a little under 3 years, and it was a plane flight to get to another island, and it was a plane flight to get to the mainland. And there's a travel component there when living on an island that is not so much an issue when it's like I'm living in California and I want to see my parents in Washington State, which was after Hawaii. And so I commend the man for going to this competition and competing. Clearly, I just spittled. Okay, I'm so excited I spittled. And I would say so there's a travel component here. He ate French food. He spoke a little bit of French, and he made a commitment to commuting to this competition in mainland Europe to kind of what I might term it came across as a little bit of maybe a heart call performance of he really wanted to compete at this particular competition at the stop in Marseille, right? He didn't compete in the stop before it in, what was it, Nice? And so he came to stop 2 of the Golden Tour. And so he's like, I want this place, this competition, this language, this food, that kind of stuff. And so I thought, in watching it, I was like, it came across as a bit of a heart call, and especially, it's something he didn't have to do. It's not like it's some internationally renowned kind of multi-stop competition like the Mare Nostrum, right? He chose something smaller scale that had personal meaning to him as it came across, right? So it's like, yeah, it came across, which is impressive, I would say, right? That, especially if that was his intent, for something like that to come across to a spectator, and somebody who is writing and following and publishing, but not necessarily publicly, but it was at least following at least one certain swimmer at the competition. It was also a breaststroker, that kind of thing. And I think there were others as well, but my point here being is it made his particular performance and dedication to this competition and location very much came through. So yes, no matter the intent. So from a spectator perspective, that doesn't always happen, but it did happen with this one. It left a positive impression on me in terms of how Adam Peaty feels about France in general. Right? It wasn't like it was some, you know, it was, right, so FFN, Fédération Française de Natation, if I'm pronouncing that semi-incorrect, it's the French Swimming Federation. Right? So he made a commitment to the country of France as opposed to some international or world competition, right? Or I guess it's international because he's competing, but like it was national hosted. I'm not going to include this as a national level competition because the structure is like multi-stop. So for that one, I'm currently I'm maybe reserving those ones for a different category. Maybe we'll see. It's in its youth, its infancy. My channel in general, this channel, Tanis Leonhardi. So the point there being, I commend him for showing that France means more to him than just a locality for a world title or something like that. Especially if the world competition being held there is very infrequent, say like every 4 years or something like that. The event itself, whether it's France each time or not, kind of thing. So there we go. That was my take. Me, Tanis Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle, as of Tuesday, 16 April 2024. As my take on the Adam Peaty 50-meter breaststroke time of 27.16 seconds from 4 March 2022.